So I want to say something for beginning. So I told everyone that I was going to draw my stories that have multiple parts, but since this Tamaki X Aries sister listener slash reader isn't actually my own story, I am not going to be drawing anything for it, and I just got done with its recent chapter. So anyways, here is Tamaki X listener, Aries sister. Warnings. There are slightly my god, notices of depression and slightly some signs of pregnancy. So if you are disturbed by any of these, please click off and go to something else. But anyways, let's get on. You and Ari were at the festival. Ari had been with Deku and Mirio, and you had been with Tamaki. Fashion had always been your favorite thing. You were so biggy on what you would wear, but the problem was that you really never got to pick what you wear. So, when they asked you what you wanted to wear today, you had become to tears. Tamaki had been helping one girl that you forgot her name, but her blue hair was the only thing that made an impression on you. She had been in a fashion thing, and you kind of wished you were in it too. You had an eye for fashion. It was mostly kept you sane with overhaul. No, I don't think that would work. That's how she lost last year. A girl with orange hair spoke. You hemmed, trying to think of something. You then moved over to where the dresses were, laid out, everyone looking at you confused. How about this? You asked. The blue dress you had in your hands. You guys spoke of something revealing, but not too much. But it must make her seem gorgeous and simple. So how about this? You blushed. You saw her hands clasp. Oh my god. Together before going over to you. Hey, you are simply the best, sweet, and gorgeous. You had blushed at her words, giving her the dress to try on. And just look up Hado Season 4 dress. I think that will be fair enough. You had then noticed that Deku and Mirio, with your sister, had entered the room as she finished. Hey, you're Ari, right? You're such a cutie like your sister. She headed over to her. You had been happy. Her face could tell she was having such a good time. You smiled at that. Since she was your world, but sadly, you couldn't find anything to brighten up the darkness that was in your heart. Yes, there was Tamaki, but it didn't seem like he liked you. But that was when you felt a hand hold yours. You looked at who it was. Tamaki himself was holding your hand. You blushed and looked down, smiling at your sister, at how your sister acted. Maybe you could find your happiness. After the beauty pageant ended, you and Tamaki went to have some fun. Oh, oops, I forgot to mention he had asked you if you wanted to have a walk around the festival and enjoy it. So what is your favorite animal? He asked. Both of you sat under a cherry blossom. Yeah, I get it. Common in love stories, but I don't care. You had been eating some candy banana, and he had been eating teriyaki. I really haven't been out in some time. But there was one animal that I've seen on TV. I think it was called favorite animal. It looked like he smiled. What's yours? You tilted your head. It looked like he thought for a moment before saying, I know they're bugs, but I like butterflies. They're pretty and beautiful. They are small and sweet. You giggled. He had looked up at you, blushing. No, I'm not making fun of you. You blushed, waving your hands around. It's just, they're cute, they're cute, and I was told you were scary. You giggled. You saw him blush once more. I'm not scary. Who told you that? He asked. Muriel, you smiled. Ooh, but I also like bunnies. They're small and cute. Ooh, and fluffy. But I'm told they don't like people very much. You sighed. You then saw a poorly looking man, like he hadn't slept in years. You knew him as Aizawa. It's time for you to go, he spoke. Eri is waiting for you, he continued. You got up, smiling at Tamaki and waving goodbye. Bye, Tamaki. You waved back. Bye, Bunny. He spoke out, but you didn't hear him as he walked away. As you and Eri were on your way back, she couldn't help but talk about her time there. She had been giggling away at her time and the candy apple she had gotten. Tamaki had wished that he had talked to you more. Yes, he talked to you, but he wanted more. He just wanted something that was calling him to talk to you more. Every time he thought about you, he could feel his cheeks heat up and his stomach begin to flutter. And it only stopped when he talked to you. But he knew that you hated what was happening to you. You hated your body, and he could tell. He knew you were pregnant, thanks to one of the statements given about you. But what made him angry was why that happened. He wanted to help you and make you feel better. And that is why he's in front of your room. Today, he wanted to help you. Even if Mirio dragged him here because he knew how much he liked you, Mirio and Deku were talking to Eri. His hand was placed just a few inches away from the door. That's when you opened the door. Oh, hello, Tamaki. I didn't think you were also coming to see Eri. You smiled at him. He smiled back at you. Oh, I'm here to see you, actually. His face went a little red. And so was yours. Oh, really? Wow. You trailed off, looking at the floor and playing with the ends of your hair. Could I come in? He asked. Oh, I'm sorry. Please come in. You moved out of the way so he could walk in. You closed the door, seeing him sitting down in a chair. So why did you come to see me? You asked, walking up to him. He blushed. Well, I wanted to talk to you. He had started to play with his fingers. You blushed a little more. Oh, well, I don't really have much going on. Though I did get told that me and Eri will... Oh, excuse me, sorry. That I got told that Eri and I will be staying at UA. You sighed. He just smiled. He could see you more often now. Why were you leaving the room when I was coming in? He asked. You squeaked and left the room quickly. He stared off at the door. He then looked around the room. Children's drawings were around your bed. Eri must have drawn them, he thought. He then saw flowers were on the table next to your bed. He got up and read the note that was with it. Get better soon. T. He wondered who T was. Could they be a part of that group? Or could it be someone who you had been seeing? The door opened with you coming back in. Sorry, Tamaki, I had a checkup. You had looked so sad, your hand on your belly, which was starting to be visible. But the words that came out of Tamaki's mouth made both of you shock. Who are these from? You quickly looked shocked, and then you sighed. I don't know. He was now the one who was completely shocked. They showed up one day. That's what the nurse said. She also said that they're from a girl in a school uniform. You froze when his hands were around you. He was hugging you, tightly. Is everything all right? You asked as you hugged him back. It felt so nice. His warm, soft arms around you made you feel safe. All he said was, don't trust them. And you nodded. Tamaki, could we go out for ice cream? You asked as you both pulled away. And then his head And then, oh wait, what? And then had it, oh my god. He then had, his head on the wall. I was supposed to do that. He sighed internally. The one thing he came for was the thing you did first. That is the end of chapter 5. I'm sorry it's taken so long to have this out, but if you don't know, there is a new type of thing coming if you haven't seen my community post. There are some little hints in this chapter, if you can tell. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, lovelies!